right. All right. Peace and Black African power. Let me know if y'all can hear me, if y'all can hear the music. I done reset my stuff up, man, and added some stuff, so I had to take some stuff down. So let me know if y'all can hear me before I get started. Was the music playing, and can y'all hear my voice before I do anything? Y'all, this exclusive. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, y'all heard. Okay, yeah. That was tracked by Kofi Piesie. You know what I'm saying? You want them 5 tracks, just holler at your boy. But anyway, man, first, again, peace and Black Africa power, man. Welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV. I am Kofi Piesie. First, I want to say ETM Hotel. Do I Aku, do I Netcha, Fatmu Alafie, Fatmu Riri, Fatmu Iwa Pele, Majuba Iba E Gungun, Majuba Iba E Gungun, Majuba Iba E Elak Ba. I always want to give honor and praises to the ancestors because without the ancestors, we wouldn't be here. We are our ancestors. I also would like to stand honor and praises to the true and living elders according to an African perspective and from an African worldview. Because again, I have to continue to stress that just because you are older than me does not make you my elder unless you meet those criteria and those standards. Y'all, please like and share the show. Please like and share the show. Um, we gonna definitely go ahead. I wanted to again, man, appreciate everybody, man, that's been buying the apparel, people that's been supporting Shawn's new book and been supporting Chavis' new book and the Spearmaster Comprehension book. Appreciate y'all and y'all support, man. Keep supporting us, man. Keep supporting us. But I'm gonna get straight into it, man. The name of the show again is Where is the Love? Have Kofi Piesie, how Kofi Piesie really feel about the beef between Ankh and Shawn. If you on here and thinking y'all finna get some mess, y'all gonna be sadly mistaken. But before I do that, well, no, I'm gonna keep it on up, man. Y'all again, y'all please like and share the show. Please like and share the show. Both y'all know, as people know, Unc West, who's calling himself Bobby Banger. I think that's what he calling himself, Bobby Banger. And Ini-Herit Shawn California. Those are, my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I got their phone numbers. Phone numbers I can call both of them at anytime. Chop it up with both of them at any time. We have a relationship outside of just the YouTube, the YouTube world. And I consider both of these cats my family because, again, it extends outside the YouTube world. Some things that these brothers have said and done, and done for me in my lowest time. Um, so anyway, man, let's get into it, man. First, I want to throw out a disclaimer. The first part of the show is going to be about, I hope people can understand what I'm trying to do or how I'm trying to connect this. I want to talk about uh, love and friendship, but I want to talk about it from an African perspective because some people will say that I done heard people say that Shawn wasn't really Unc friend and or vice versa. Unc wasn't really Shawn friend. And we gonna establish that today. Were these brothers friends and is it that deep? You know what I'm saying? So first I want to put a disclaimer out there. My disclaimer is let me do this. I want to make this bigger on my end. I'm gonna make it bigger on where y'all won't see me at all. It really didn't matter. My disclaimer is I am not a teacher, but merely a student sharing information, and that information is provided for the educational purpose only. And if you are in doubt, do the research and have it verified by someone qualified. I reserve the right to change the focus of this presentation, shut down, sell, or exchange the terms at my own discretion. Our trademark, design rights, copyrights, registered names, models, logos, avatars, or sigmas or marks are used or cited by the website or the property of their respective owners. I reserve the right to change. Let me move my mic because this is in my way. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. Oh. Where was it? Designs, copyright, registered names, mottos, logos, avatars, or sigmas or marks are cited by this website or the property of their respective owners. I reserve the right to add information as it comes available and adapt changes, improve information as it comes available in the future. Inputs, wanted changes, additions, or deletions. All right. So, like I said, the first part of the show, we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn from an African perspective what love, what friendship look like, because it's different than what we expect love to be, because we're looking at it from a Eurocentric perspective, because we've been raised in a Eurocentric society. We've been taught Eurocentric teachings, and etc. But we're gonna look at it from a African perspective. But as I learned, we all learn. Y'all know that is the motto over here. If y'all want it, as I learned, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, pants, socks, go to Mboka Family Connect Apparel. We must not let our ancestors down. All right, the outline of the show is the etymology of the word love. Is love an emotion or an action? Is the heart and mind the same? Is the heart and mind the same in African culture? Who is love? What is love from a European perspective? What is love from an African perspective? Love equals giving equals beauty. Now was they really friends? Because like I said, I heard people say that Shawn wasn't really an Ankh friend. I heard vice versa, where people say Ankh wasn't Shawn friend. So I'm gonna try to establish that through this presentation, and then after the presentation, I kind of go in on some other things. Why I took a month out from YouTube? Will I choose a side? Will I choose a side? Oh shoot, I done went back. All right. First, I want to thank Brother Asar Imhotep. Brother Asar Imhotep is the author of, I think this came out in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, but this is called Words of Love, How Language and Reorienting Us Back to the Love Purpose. I read this book when the book come out, and when I thought about discussing, coming on and discussing, how I feel about the situation between Uncle Shawn, I said, well, no, I want to do something a little different instead of coming on and just discussion and talking or venting or whatever may transpire within the show. I rather teach and then talk first, and then put some of the naysayers, like some of the stuff that people are saying, and to bed. So again, shout out to Brother Asar Imhotep, who wrote this Words to Love, How Language Can Reorientate Us Back to the Love Purpose. And I'm thanking his brother because I used his book. I actually used the book. I purchased the book, and then I reached out to him and asked him for, after I had already, because I feel I didn't want to type everything, but I ended up typing it. But after I reached out, he sent me the PDF version of the book as well. So shout out to brother. Now, love is not an emotion, but an action. So we always think that love is an emotion and it's not an action. But we're going to get into that. This is the love. Online etymology dictionary. Old English lufo, feeling the love, romantic, sexual attraction, affection, friendliness, love of God, love as an attraction to personifications. For the Proto-Dramatic lubo source, also high dramatic, liubu, joy, dramatic, libi, love, Old Norse, Old Franciscus, Dutch, German, low, praise, Old Saxon, Leof, Friskens, Leof, Dutch, Leof, Old German, Leob, German, Lieb, Gothic, Luf, dear, beloved, a dramatic word, hold on. A dramatic word or from the Proto-Indo-European root, luba, the care, desire, love. Now, this is a definition that most of us go by. That's why when we look at it as love as an emotion. And we're looking at it from a Euro perspective, because we're looking at a lot of Eurocentric definitions here when we're looking at the etymology of this word, right? But meanings are different when it comes to an African perspective and from an African worldview. And the purpose of using Where is the Love book, as a linguistics, so he ties in a lot of these words, right? So Ib, right? Ib, everybody know this is a word that means heart, and hot also means the word heart. But Ib in the Kemetu language, the Rani Kemet, it means heart, mind, understanding, intelligence, will, desire, mood. Ib also heart, mind, understanding, intelligent, will, desire, mood. Ib, darling, my love, sweetheart. Ibu, heart, mind, understanding, intelligent, will, desire, mood. Ib, to wish, to desire, to take care. And as I go over these things, y'all kind of keep some of these definitions and stuff in your mind. Think, suppose, Ib, think, believe, feel, fantasy, perceive. Ibai, to desire, wish for, to love, to long for, to convert. Ib, to desire, wish for, to love, to long for, convert. Most of the definitions, when you get to the word Ib, you hear heart, you hear mind, you hear understanding, and you hear intelligence. So the heart, and this is just not in the Kemetu culture, but we're going to go through some other cultures as well. The heart, and from an African perspective, it means mind, it means understanding, it means intelligence, right? So a lot of those definitions, no matter where you go, you're going to hear most of the definition that concerning your heart, they say it is the mind, it is understanding, it is intelligence. In modern Western culture, the heart, the mind are those separate concepts. This is not the case in Africa. In Africa, we speak of the heart/mind as the entity due to paranemy. As a result of the economy, the Europeans have taken out the thinking and the intelligent component associated with love. This was always the case among the Indo-European speaking. So this is why I used the etymology a while ago of the word love, and a lot of those that word comes from a lot of European societies, but love carries a different meaning, a different connotation in all African cultures and ethnic groups, right? And when we deal in, a lot of times when we deal with love, we always think of an aspect of the heart. And European perspective, you know, it always talks about desire, love. And if you break down in it, you get a sexual connotation when we think of love and etc. But that's not the case in African culture. And again, the Western society or Western culture separated the two. From love, they separated the mind, or they separated intelligence. And we think of love in a different aspect, right? Let me go on to the next slide. All right. As we can see from the above entry, love has a range of association within the Indo-European language family that includes the following: to care, to praise, to extol, grant, promise, extents, craving, approach, trust, faith, confidence, aroused desires, a wanting of lust, which leads to the expanding meaning of convenience, greed, and prostitute, a stand to reason why people assume love is feeling/emotion, because it is so closely associated with the feeling experiment from the attainment from one's desire. However, the entry to care for one is more in line with the original African meaning as a will to see later in our discussion. So from an African perspective of an African culture and tradition, love is not an emotion, it is an action. But we're going to get more into why I say love is not an emotion, it is an action. You know, and how Western culture separated the two, and how when we think of love, we think of lust, we think of desire, we think of sex. It says even think of prostitute, and so forth. This is no wonder why the relationships are such disarray. It appears we have adopted more so of a lust aspect in a term more so than caring. This example, the approach to love here in the West, and why many crave the feeling or emotion. If you're primarily seeking pleasure, lust, arousal, seduction, this is what would lead to the expanding meaning of prostitute, make love, have sex, convenient, praise, glorify, which admiration, approach, intensify, craving, and greed. All right, Ma'at. So we're going to get into Ma'at. I'm a little rusty on, everybody know I'm a member of the Seshu Ma'ani Metaneture, and a lot of my studies have been focused more on West African culture and traditions, and I kind of got away from the Kimatu and the Remich language, the Rani Kemet, and the writing script of Seshu Metaneture. But as you see up here at the top, you see the Jed Medu, it says words spoken by Ma'at, daughter, which is Sat right here. But anyway, I'm just trying to show you. I can read it a little bit. I'm rusty as hell, but if I pull out my tools, I'll be able to go through that whole thing. But the word Ma'at is the etymology dictionary, has the following meaning: truth, trust, righteousness, prosperous, order, law, right, doing, correct, validate, real, genuine, orderly management, and reciprocity. And just speaking on these words real quick, because I'm going to correlate some of these words, Ma'at, and other things into what I'm trying to get to. But, as I noticed too, in this community, or this online community, or the gathering of people in this online community, truth is I don't see a lot of that. Order, don't see a lot of that. Right doing, don't see a lot of that. A lot of us don't do right by each other, right? Genuine, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of genuine people in this community. They'll get, you'll think they solid, you think they 100, but once you actually meet a lot of these people and have conversations and etc., you find out a lot of these people not real. They're not genuine. Reciprocity is another thing in this community. Reciprocity. People want you to support them, but don't want to support what you got going on. That's crazy to me. You got product, you got things going on that you want people to support you, you want them to have your full support in, but you can't have it. It's not reciprocated back. But Ma'at, let's see what in the Coptic Egypt, me, my, are truth, justice, and also truthful righteousness. Kafa, Kusha, Ethiopian, Moyo, motive, reason, truth, and reason are. The Congo, Moyo, life, soul, mind. Y'all see that a lot. We talk about the Congo teachings a lot when we talk about Kimoyo. This is where the word Moyo comes from, right? And we know Moyo means life. If you got my book, or even if you looked at a lot of Asar Imhotep videos, he talk about Moyo, he talks about Kimoyo, and he talks about the teachings in the Congo. Shawn also have elaborated on the teachings of the Congo. So Moyo means life, soul, and mind. There you go with the word mind again. So keep that in mind. Mind, right? Fag, Guana, Sav, Kobon, Mia, me, pure, Taba, me, the physical or morally pure. The Impongwi, this is in the Kabong. This is Maya, to know the truth. Maya, to insume, the self of knowledge, which is the duplicate oracle, also enjoyed. The Yoruba in Nigeria, more. The know, the truth, knowledge. The Hausa in Nigeria, ma. In fact, indeed, affirmation, truth. Ni ma ni, ji, I, in fact, heard it. Mada, North Cameroon, mat. Genie, goblin. Nura, Nilactic Sudan, mat. Total, sum up, forces. Ro, mat, to join forces with. Ma'at, indeed, the total of virtue. All forces indeed to God, man, and his personal spiritual life. Mary, to love, to like. Meret, love, will, desire. Mary, love, want, wish, desire, perfect, convict, cherish. Mary, love, want, wish, desire, perfect, convert, cherish. Meret, the will, beloved. Meret, love, will, desire. Meret, love, ahat. We broke down the word ib a while ago. Ib means mind. It means intelligence. It means understanding from an African perspective. We know that the Western society separated that from
the heart, or separated that from love, but also a hat means heart. It means sense. In other words, Mary, Ma'at, truth, justice, balance, harmony, love, friendship, because Ma'at also means friendship, will, desire, fraternity, cordial, kindness, right? To agree to be, according with family, etc. And a lot of these things go back to, which we're going to tie into good character too. Like a lot of people, have an issue with good character, fraternity, cordial, kindness, to agree to be according with family. These terms reflect the Songo, the Bantu of the Balongo, love, Malinj, child, Chiluba, Bulongo, Balongu, friendship, circle of friends, knowledge, comrades, genre, linguistic, Chikongo, friendship, camaraderie. These letter terms correspond with the Middle Egyptian re, friend, acquaintance, re'et, female friend, female acquaintance, ra'u, comrade, mate, friends. The word Mary means love, but it is telling us that love is not a feeling. It is a series of actions that one does in order to maintain a healthy family relationship. I'm going to read that again. Mary means love, but it is telling us that love is not a feeling. It is a series of actions that one does in order to maintain a healthy family relationship. One of reciprocity of actions, justice, kindness, solidarity. It is what realized when one shows compassion, generosity, charity, and kindness, ma'at, to a fellow human being. And both of these brothers have shown compassion, generosity, charity, and kindness toward one another, to fellow human beings. Thus, ma'at and mir, ma'at are simply words that stands for charity and all that is encompassed. The T suffix in this case in ma'at is just a normalized, i.e. a grammatical feature. According to Asa, Imhotep, where the love, how language can reorientate us back to love purpose. Love in Egypt is associated with friendship, cordially, and kindness. Charity and generosity is an act of giving of oneself and a resource of, I got this all good. Resource to better life, to a life of one another. To do this, one literally has to extend one's hand to give something to someone. The R in root, ila, li, nana, is what is used to convey this conception and extend the giving. Remember that ila means to exist from the self, sound, ideal, word, object, etc. Make, express, speak. If you can image the posture of giving something to someone, you literally gives from the center of your body. And as we saw early, the center is what we call the heart, the belly, and the chest. I'm going to read this one more time. Charity and generosity is the act of giving of oneself and a resource to better the life of one another. To do this is literally as to extend one hand to give something to someone. And I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna stop, but I'm gonna go and I'll wait till I get through and I'll reiterate some of these things that I'm talking about, because we're talking about love, which correlates with friendship, correlates with family, correlates with generosity, correlates with the mind, it correlates with understanding, it correlates with intelligence. So from an African perspective, love and friendship is an action, right? And both of these brothers have shown love through their actions, right? It says better life, understand another. It says generosity and the act of giving. I know both of those brothers have given me something and have given themselves something as well between each other, which I'll talk about after I get through with the presentation. But it says R, Eli, Li, Nana, in a word means used to convey this concept of extending the giving, right? And we know Ankh has done a lot for us. And we have done a lot for Ankh, although vice versa. Those brothers, Shawn has done a lot for Ankh. Ankh has done a lot for them. So they showing their love through an action. It exists from oneself, sound, our word, an object, make, express, speak. If you can imagine the posture of giving something to someone, you'll literally give from the center. It says you give from the center of your body. And we saw earlier that the center is what is called the heart, or in the Mirich, it's called the ib, the ibu, which means mind, intelligence. But I also showed you from Nigeria, Gabon, Guyana, and other things that the heart also resonates with the mind. It resonates with intelligence. So we're giving from the heart, we're giving from the mind. It says giving from the center of your body, as we saw early in the center as what is called the heart, the belly, the chest. From the reality of the hand and the arm motion comes from the center of oneself. This is what metaphorically extends from the compass of notion and extends from one's heart. The mind, Eli, exists from self, ideal, word, object. In other words, to love is to give with gratitude, with forethought, with thanksgiving. Remember, the word thanks comes from the same root as think, the Proto-Indo-European tongue. Judgment, feeling, thought, decisions, way of thinking, image, calculating, recon, suppose, conceive, in the mind, think, consider, extend, to please, love, feeling. Therefore, to give from the heart is to give with good intentions, with considerations from the other person. That is love. The above data reinforce why we spent so much time discussing love in relationship to the mind, intelligence, and thought. Love starts in the mind. Love is cognitive process, one that is well thought out and planned. The B/R or the I/B root from the heart, mind, ib. Heart, mind, and love represents the ancient Egyptian word Seba. We know Seba also means teacher, which gives us the Sophic in Greek. It is argued by Obinga, 1992, page 54 through 570, and Berlin, 2006, page 262 through 267, that the Greek word sophos, from where we get the word philosophic. Love and wisdom derive philosophic. Lovers and wisdom derives from the ancient Egyptian word Seba, wise, intelligent, Judas, teacher, teaching, school, guidance, direction, to tend to surveying instruments. The Coptic Sebo, teaching, education, intelligent, Saba, wise, intelligent, musicians, Subu, discipline, apprentice, Seb, intelligent, cunning, Sebo, to learn, teach. In the Bambara, we have Duba, this is in West Africa, initiate teachings, teachers and students, one versus in hitting knowledge only knows to initiate. The Bantu, Ziba, Liba, Deziba, Zehaba, Zeba, etc. Knowledge, wisdom, diviner, physician, one who knows in the aspect of teach, have intercourse, converse with the spirits, priests, Magnus, and we're going to get into the word spirit too in a minute. Magnus, Middle Egyptian, Sabawat, intelligence, knowledge, cleverness, wisdom, ability. The Egyptian word ib, again, we know ib in the Ramech is the heart, mind, intelligence, and it is represented by a bird with a head. But it wants you to focus on the human head on top of the body, because the human head on top of the body represents intelligence. It represents the mind. So the focus should be not on the body, but on the head, right? Which is the mind, intelligence, understanding, right? Intelligent desire is simply reference to the Ba, the soul. The definition of soul to Egyptologist liturgy is limited. The demonstration by Assyrian 2011 Ba also means reason, intelligence, spirit, genuine, intentions, consciousness, mind, i.e. logical process of accumulating experiences of a person. This confronts the Chilubu, which the cognate terms immoral, heart, life, mind, soul, courage, will, desire, inclination, sense, mood, thought, salvation, greetings. When people make statements like you should be more spiritual than intelligent, it is clear that you do not know the understanding of what spirit means within the African context. The consult spirit is the intelligent mind. Even the Hermetic texts assert that the all is the mind. The universe is mental. Spirituality, like love, is an intelligent activity and an African language that both derive from the same linguistic root and concept. The African notion of love is also connected with the beauty and the goodness, unless one given charitable thoughts, and cannot essentially be beautiful in the African sense. Beauty is also connected with friendliness and can be seen in the following Middle Egyptian term, ima, to befriend, immemorable, friendly, beauty. The underlying thing here is beauty is connected to one's character. That's why they'll say, you will hear people use the term that these brothers are acting ugly, or you are acting ugly right now. Friendliness, kindness, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. It's beautiness upon the African tradition. It is your character that makes you beautiful. And the Egyptian represents this concept with the word nefer. We know nefer means beauty. As mentioned early in the Proto-Indo-European, the I and the B root is also represented in the language family as I/F. This variation is given in the Egyptian as FR, metaphysic, Kiwi, branch, and as the grammatical prefix and agent. The variation of the term follows. Nefer, just giving y'all some definitions of what nefer. Nefer, well, being, luck, good things, treasure, beauty, good, beautiful, kind, fair, adjective, fair, beautiful, kindliness, good, fine, goodliness, happiness, well, good, conditions, well, supply, lawful, to be good, happy, kind, beautiful, beauty, commonest, perfect, wise, sage, favorable, excellent, promise, assurance, fair woman, girl, nephew, Nephewet is fairness woman, Nepheret, girl, maiden, teenager, beautiful woman, sexual desires, women, in harem, Peret, fruit, seeds, and sense of offsprings, prosperity. The same R root of Nefer, Meri, Ib, is also the root from the Egyptian word Nefer. This is the polysemic term, off of which varies different roots, while different layers of meanings. For our purpose here, we will focus on other aspects of Neter. Neter is not some random god in some cosmos, but is a human being of highly moral character, a master at her craft, one who excels in wisdom, personifies love, giving, charitable, and beauty. A lot of the people ought to know I did a whole presentation a few years, maybe 4 or 5 years, on the Neter and the Neter-U. What is the Neter and the Neter-U? Are they gods? Are they human beings? Are there characteristics that's representing through human beings? What are they? I can't remember the presentation, but it's on this channel. Just had to scroll through, and it's something dealing with the Neter. But it says, again, for our purpose here, we focus on the aspect of the Neter. The Neter is not something random, God and cosmos, but a human being of high moral character, a master of its or her craft, one who excels in wisdoms and personifies love, giving, charity, beauty, goodness. All of this comes with friendship when we're talking about love, when we're talking about giving, when we talk about charity, when we talk about beauty, when we talk about goodness, we also talking about friendship. We're talking about camaraderie, right? Chuck Woolley Kamula is, in his work, Personal Divinity of Nature, the Model Views of Persons in the Cosmos and African Thoughts, 1998, page 164, discuss how important character is in the African tradition. It describes characteristics of the spiritual leadership in Africa. He noted that the priest was characteristically a mild, modest, peaceful person in accordance with the office. Emphasis, mind. These are associated with Nefer, which is good. We are confronted here with with the ideal that leadership, those in high and powerful positions embody intelligence that is the characteristics crystallized in the Egyptian word nefer. The nature of nature regards the goodness of generosity can best be explained by the Egyptian glyph win, which we got here, the hair, or winnie, rabbit, the Kilongo goodness generosity. Kalungo ni mu where mum pumpa, hair, rabbit, atari, treacherous. Goodness, generosity, care, concern, purity, beauty, goodness, good, agreement, elegance is excellent, right? Which all these words coincide with friendship, of truth. In regards to Nefer, the title of God, which is, it says Osiris, which we know is Wusir or Usir, theological, we have the Imwuna be wimpy, Nefer be wimpy, the master of good, the beautiful, of beautifulness. We know kindness represents beauty, goodness, and perfection. Nefer win, be wimpy, mini, goodness, true beauty, true perfection, be wimpy, many, the very real, true beauty, goodness, Imwuna, Impula, master of completing things, master of achievement, master of the West. The Egyptian word Nefer then would be a variant of the word nature. Mboli 2010, page 406, reconstruction of Nefer and the new Egyptian nature, God, spirit. On page 404, we have PNG good, Nefer, good, well, right, Coptic, Norfolk, Hassa, Farah, Ada, Sangol, beauty, goodness. The truth derives from the same ancestral root of the African language. Doing good, that which is right, helps to redefine, fine-tune one's character. In European system, this is called Iwa Pele, which means gentle character, not good character. We know Iwa Riri means good character. Iwa Pele means gentle character. Iwa, we know, means character, means being, means existent, it means life. Iwa, beauty. We argue here that the term nature or netter is associated with these attributes. A nature is a person whose character is refined. The Aramigra nitter, redefined anatara, pure. Kawaso, nature, sacred. The Tichiluba, nidolo u, kindness, generosity, beautiful parts of something. Ala indolo, noble, handsome, distinguished, redefined, generous, kind, benevolent, charming, sound in the Egyptian derived from the K, thus the KT as the result of the polarization. All right, so that was the last slide right there. So I wanted to try to tie in some of these root words that's meaning love, that's meaning, hold on, I'm gonna get off this real quick. Let me see how. So yeah, let me move my mic back over here. I couldn't see the computer. All right, so I wanted to kind of go in and correlate some of those words because, again, some people say that Shawn wasn't Ankh's friend, and some people say Ankh wasn't Shawn's friend, right? And we know from an African perspective, I just wanted to try to prove those people who said that from an African perspective, love is not an emotion, right? Because I know we get caught up in that love and we think of certain things. We think of the heart, and even from an African perspective, the heart, it means mind, it means intelligence, it means understanding, right? And it says when you're acting upon charitable works of generosity, which comes from camaraderie, generosity, which is an act, right? It means it's acting from the center. It's acting from the chest area. We know the heart resides within the chest area, right? So both of these brothers, we know from time and time again, Ankh has put Shawn on certain platforms. They have been on certain platforms where they talked about where they went, and bounced off of each other when they talked about, when we was in the pandemic, right?
You know what I'm saying? When they talked about, so you saw the camaraderie between those two brothers, you know, back and forth. Shawn has put Ankh in various books. Even this book he has out now, you know what I'm saying? He has Shawn, he has Ankh, who wrote the introduction. Ankh has wrote introductions in the other book. We know Ankh has extended his hand and bought Shawn's Science with Shawn shirts. Not only Science with Shawn shirt, but he bought Kofi Piesie research team shirts. You know what I'm saying? He has bought our books. So he's showing his generosity, his support, which is an action. You know what I'm saying? From an African perspective, when we talk about love. So he's showing love, he's showing that camaraderie, he's showing his friendship that he has between us, and his friendship and his love through his actions, right? From an African perspective, we know it's not an emotion, it is an action. So those brothers were real friends because they demonstrated that through their actions, right? But hold on real quick, because I want to do something. Well, I'll get to that, but let's just get into the part, man. Now I'll get into that, man, because I wanted to read something and share something from these comments that I was getting. But let me just give y'all my spiel on how I feel. I feel like I'm disappointed in both of them. Like I took a whole month. Took a whole month out, and I'm not really back. I like this has become work for me. Like it ain't even fun for me no more. Like this is work. Like it's become work. And at times I feel like people don't appreciate the work. You know, they appreciate the foolishness. But you know, for me having a love for reading, researching, I wanted to share, right? So I wanted to come on and share, and then I wanted to people who have the same desires that I have for as liberating the mind, right? You know what I'm saying? It goes farther than this YouTube thing for as information, but let's just talk about information. So, you know, I surrounded myself around people that are like-minded, who love to read, who loves to research, and, you know, want, you know, people to understand who they are, where they come from, how intelligent that they are if they apply themselves, and etc. Right? And I'm saying, just this demonstration of the stuff that I seen between the two. Like I'm upset with. I ain't upset with now one of them no more. But I'm let down because Ankh involved some people that shouldn't have been involved. Shawn involved some people that shouldn't have been involved. And what I mean, and I understand that like both of them have influence, right? So the issues that Shawn and Ankh have, you got people that love Ankh, who's friends with Ankh. You got people who love Shawn and who's friends with Shawn. So you got a split. So you got people who love Ankh that's gonna ride with Ankh, and they riding with Ankh. And now that they riding with Ankh, they saying, some people are saying certain things, slick stuff about me that I have nothing to do with, saying slick stuff about the group that really didn't have nothing to do with, and then they ended up getting involved. When I'm saying influence, because Ankh has influence on people, Shawn has influence on people, and people look up to Ankh and people look up to Shawn. So now when people have to decide or choose a side, now you got my brother Chavis, you got Sutek, who's now involved in what's going on between these two brothers. You got Chevron, you got Concrete Corey, you got Sosa, and a few other people that may, I can't think of the other brother name, the brother from, I don't know where he's from. He talks funny to me. I don't know him personally. So, but you got other people now involved in what's going on between, you know, those two brothers. And I stayed away from a lot of the stuff. Like a lot of people, I'm gonna say this, a lot of people need to mind their business. Like when it happened, you got people who did a whole show, right? They did a whole show, and people wanted me to come jump on the panel and wanted me to watch. I didn't watch. I didn't jump on. I watched it later on. And I watched a lot of stuff after I took me a break. I watched the stuff Shawn shows and what Shawn said. I watched some shows where Ankh was on and some of the stuff that Shawn was saying, Ankh was saying, and some of the stuff that he's saying, I'm kind of confused on, because when we have conversation, it's different. But when we get online, it's something different. I'm confused on some stuff that he's saying. I don't know, but it just, me looking at what Shawn was doing, me looking at what Ankh did, far as which I knew, ain't nobody, if you talk about somebody else for so long, somebody's going to say something else. And I try to resolve the issues outside of Facebook before everybody. And that's what I'm saying. I don't like, it's these ungenuine people who did these shows on, and you know what I'm saying, because these two brothers are beefing and you don't even know what these beefs are, but you doing certain things, you know what I'm saying? I feel like to be messy. I feel like just to be messy. So now you doing these shows and you talking about what's going on between these two brothers, and you really don't know what's going on between these two brothers. And after we come back from Atlanta, this is when all the stuff started in January. So I tried to resolve the issues in January, and at the end of January, before anybody even kind of knew really what was going on. So I talked to Ankh every day, damn near every day. I talked to Shawn all the time, right? So I'm trying to get them two together to talk. And I think it would have been resolved and it wouldn't have went this far if Shawn would have just picked up the phone and had a conversation with Ankh, regardless if how he feel about certain things that Ankh may be doing, because what he may be or may not be doing, I would say that, because it's deeper than what I think, and I think it's deeper than what Ankh think. But if he had that conversation, he would have knew. But he gave him one thing. Ankh gave us this thing where if he becomes, well, Ankh always say he don't want to be the smartest person in the room. And if he ever, I'm just paraphrasing, I can't remember exactly what he said, if he ever get a little senile or he defer from what he taught us, whether he taught us directly or he taught us indirectly, right? To check him on it. So Shawn feel like that's what he did. You know, when it comes to research methodology, like we get this from Ankh West, right? We get this from him. We get research methodology. We get combing through sources or sourcing up. We get the step by, the steps, you know what I'm saying? He talks about the steps. So Shawn might have feel that he realized that Shawn might have feel like that the steps is being, Ankh is saying, shoot, you don't have to have the steps, because, there's been things saying where we don't have to read books. We don't have to read books. We don't have to follow the steps. We don't have to do research methodology, or we can just go to, what is it? We can go to the professionals, right? And even the professionals can be wrong. And a lot of times, that's what I'm saying. That's where the research methodology comes in for me. It don't matter who, if you got a doctor by your name, PhD, all these things, it doesn't, it pressed me, especially when I put that rigor and I put that research methodology to it, right? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the professionals can be wrong, just like I can be wrong about certain things. And when I'm wrong about certain things, that's where my good character come in. I don't want to be, I don't want people to think that I'm a top scholar, I'm a top teacher, or I'm a top intellectual. I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm just here to do what I do, and that is to research, read, and then share the information that I learned. And if it helps somebody out or inspire somebody or encourage somebody or in uplift somebody or motivate somebody, then I done did my job, right? So, but going through, you know what I'm saying? So that doesn't matter. So we can't just base what we say off of what a professional is saying. We have to go through and comb through and see how they come up with their conclusion. They come up with their hypotheses or whatever the case may, whatever the case may be. So I'm just speaking from Shawn's perspective, and then, from Ankh's perspective, he might have felt like that, Shawn should have just came out and just had a conversation with him and left it off of the YouTube, and it would have been no, it wouldn't have been no issues. But I can't tell nobody how to act. I can't tell nobody how to feel when certain things are happening. Because, like I said, I've been let down by both of those two, where I don't even want to be involved with none of this no more. So I took off. I took a whole month off, and like I'm saying, it's still this shit ain't even fun for me. Like, it ain't even fun for me, and it's a lot of fakeness, bro. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fakeness in this community, man. And like I said, I don't deal with it in my real life. I don't have friends in my real life. You see me, if you was in my town, you see me, you see my wife, you see my 2 stepdaughters, and you see my son, my 14-year-old son, or you will see me to the face. I don't fool with people, you know what I'm saying? And I don't fool with people because a lot of people are not genuine. A lot of people are fake. A lot of people are users. They'll only use you for a certain thing, and once they use you for that certain thing, they'll use you up for no longer useful to them. They throw you away. It's the same way in this in this community that we call in the conscious community, or we call in the online community, or whatever we call in this community, man. And I wish that it wouldn't have got this ugly, where people would have seen these two brothers go back and forth and other people getting involved. Like I'm saying, they should have handled this off the air, where it wouldn't have been between, because they influence other people. So now you got people who Ankh and influence is riding with Ankh and talking about Shawn. I don't want to talk about Shawn, talk about the whole team. And a lot of us ain't got nothing to do with what's going on between Ankh. And then now you got people on our side that's involved, that's talking about Shawn. Now they're getting involved, but I don't like that. And now I'm looking, as I take off, you got my brothers going back and forth with people that respect Ankh, and now and people that respect Ankh, they going back and forth with Ankh. And I feel like that they should have kept it, you know what I'm saying, off the air, where nobody would have been involved in it. You know what I'm saying? And Ankh getting other people involved in it. Like, I didn't appreciate that neither. You know what I'm saying? On both sides of people being people from his side, or people having to make choose a side between these two. And people done made a choose the side. The people have choose, whether they think it or not, people have chose a side. And people are coming at other people that got nothing to do with it. And then the thing where people think that when I actually seen the video, because I don't be active on YouTube like that too much. It ain't too many channels I watch anymore. But me seeing stuff, people always sending me stuff, and I wish y'all stop sending me stuff in my inbox. Please stop sending me stuff in my inbox. And the video of Ankh, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't mad with Ankh when Ankh burnt the book. The only thing that I was upset, and I called Ankh and I talked to Ankh about this, but the burning of the book, right? Ankh was in this book, and he burnt the book, right? I think that it was just poor taste on his part, far as he giving it to Sarnetta, right? He gives it, now Sarnetta got involved in it when I looked at it, because I had to go back and look at the videos, like some stuff that I was conversating with Shawn about, some stuff I was conversating with Ankh about. Ankh would say, I don't know. Shawn was going live 3-4 times a day. So I can't keep up with the shows that he was doing. So whatever he was saying, I don't know what he was saying. Why you coming in? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then even with, the stuff that Ankh was doing, they doing these shows. I'm not finna watch a 5 or 6, 7 hour show to try to see what was said, blase and blase. Sometimes people send me clips of what was said, and I'll look at the clip or whatever, which keeps me from having to go and try to look at a 3-4 hour video or 7 hour video. But going back to that part where he got him involved, like the tearing of the book, I wasn't mad. Okay, where he responded back to Shawn or whatever the case, he feeling this way, because I can't tell nobody how to feel, right? I can't tell Shawn, hey man, you need to pick up the phone, have a conversation with him. Hey man, just don't say nothing about him or anybody in the video. Just if you're gonna critique his work or critique his teamwork, or you have an issue with the steps missing, just teach about the steps, teach about the correct methodology and how and show how that's supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? Without insulting anybody's intelligence or et cetera. And the same thing with, you know, the same thing with you know what I'm saying? We can't be aggressive. But going back to the burning the book, you know, he reacted a certain way. I can't get mad at him. He acted a certain way. I just hated that he got another person. Now you got another person involved that shouldn't be involved, that has nothing to do with what you and Shawn got going on. And he throws, you know, and then the burning of the book, you know, I'm looking, okay, you know, he's mad, he's upset, he's responding, he's turning the book. But what made me feel a certain type of way of when he was ripping the book, I feel like he should have stopped when he got to the same tree, different branch, and he ripped that page out, the logo, threw it in the trash, ripped out the Mossy, threw it in the trash and burned it. He ripped out the Kofi Piesie Research logo, ripped it. He threw it in the trash too, you know. And Kofi Piesie Research Team and Mossy Warrior Clan and the book company, which, and then he said the Raglass book. We talked about that, and it made me feel a certain type of way, because I'm a businessman too. When you responding to Shawn's messing your business up or your livelihood up when he said what he said about your apparel company or whatever, because I don't really know, whatever it was you feel like it was disrespectful, he was taken from your livelihood, then you turn around and you do the same thing. And I'm like, this is where I'm starting to get disgusted at between both, because now it's starting to, people are choosing sides, people are saying stuff about us, and we have nothing to do with it. And now it's starting to affect the brands in general, because he has influence too. So if he says fuck the Raglass Publishing Company and your Raglass Publishing Company, he has influence over people. And I believe, and I could be wrong, I had two people that was patronizing the publishing company who I know super cool with. They bagged out from me publishing their books. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. I'm just saying, after this happened and seeing now, you know, no explanations or why. So I'm saying we have influence, and I'm a businessman, and that's why I try to, you know, conduct myself in a totally different manner, because we have brands, and a lot of people not gonna gravitate toward people, because right now I'm working outside of what I'm doing since my time off, and I don't know if I'm gonna come back on and do a show again, but I'm working on something where I'm excluding myself from the community so it won't hurt the brands, because same tree, different branch is associated with the community that we talk about so much. It's associated. Majority of our purchases come from people who watch Pseudo Killers, Sonetta TV, Dagger Squad, Each One Teach One, some other platforms. I'm sorry if I can't remember all the platforms right now, but they watch those platforms, right? So, and a lot of those people that watch those other platforms, they buy our books, and they're associated in this whole online social media community or the YouTube community. They associate. So a lot of our sales come from the YouTube community. So I'm trying to rebrand it and remove it from out of this, so it won't, when certain things or certain people that is attached to these certain brands, you know what I'm saying, it won't affect or influence nobody else, because now it's outside and people don't know about whatever it is that we got going on outside, because it's not inside, because now another person is mad with another person, so now he want to talk about another person's business or do some things that get people involved in certain things that they shouldn't have got involved. And then, like I'm saying, I didn't appreciate the burning, you know what I'm saying, him giving it, put it up on your channel, put it up on the Pseudo Killers. I think that's what Shawn did. He kept it exclusively on his stuff at first, and then he, you know what I'm saying, started venturing into the other platforms, which I disagree, because now you're getting other people involved in some stuff that you got going on with Ankh, and vice versa with the thing. And then, like old boy has said, fuck them niggas, or some things like that. Are we jealous? Sonetta said, I'm not talking bad about Sonetta, but Sonetta don't know me. He's getting involved in something that he has no clue about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So you put it up there so you can get more views. Then you come on and you tell a man, after I looked at the thing, you tell a man that SODICK. And then where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, those fighting words, man, people can get killed behind those certain type of words when you say that certain thing to another grown man. And and even with that, I feel like on that, when they was doing the show, it should have been deaded right then, man, with when he said that and other people being jealous. Like, I ain't got no reason to be jealous of, because he said them. So when he's saying them, I guess he's talking about us in general. I never said nothing negative about, and that's what I'm saying. When he get other people, we starting to get other people involved, and then other people involved in saying stuff about us, and we have nothing to do between what's going on between two grown men, right? So then he says, them niggas is hating, fuck them niggas, or whatever the case was, and we hating. I'm not hating, bro. Everything you got, I got a nice studio set up here, man. I'm spun thousands of dollars on. You know what I'm saying? You got that. You got a nice car. I got a nice car outside. I got acres outside I own to show you the deed for. Nice home. Rental properties that I rent. Old homes. They not new, but they rental properties. So I'm not jealous of nobody. And my money does not come off of YouTube per se. You know what I'm saying? Some of the money does, because we have the publishing company and people patronize and buy our clothing. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate and shout out to the brothers, the sisters and brothers who support, you know what I'm saying, and buy our clothing, you know what I'm saying, clothing as well, and supporting us. But, like I'm saying, all of this should have been resolved, and a lot of people should have mind their own business. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it again, man. Y'all just need to mind y'all own business and let people work it out, because even at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I believe that Ankh still got some love, even though he, somebody sent me something else where I'm saying I'm confused. He said something the other day I'm confused about, because I don't know who is them niggas, or I'm not saying nothing to them niggas. So now, since he's mad at Ankh, he's mad at Shawn. I'm thrown in it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm thrown back in it after we done had a conversation over the phone. So I don't know, because I ain't talked to Ankh. I ain't talked to Ankh I don't know, a month and a half or so. I don't know. I don't know. Now he mad at me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then he may be mad at Sutek. He may be mad at Sheffrin, because Shawn has influence over Sutek and Shawn. And what I mean, I'm not saying what I'm saying influence, like sometimes because we all brothers and we gonna ride for each other, right? So, and people, they don't have they don't have like that personal relationship that Shawn had with Ankh, and the personal relationship that I had with Shawn, with Ankh, because we talked all the time. You know what I'm saying? Me and Shawn, we talked every day, or almost every day, with a whole group. You know what I'm saying? Because we not and I keep stressing, we not a YouTube group where we get together when we get ready. We conversate all the time. We know when certain things, people are going through certain things or whatever, and we try to uplift each other. We try to do whatever we can for each other. So we talk every day. Same thing with Ankh. I talk to Ankh. If I didn't talk to him every day, at least I talk to him once a week. You know what I'm saying? And if not once a week, we talked. But at one time we was talking every day. Up until this stuff started happening with him and Shawn, and me trying to work behind the scenes and get it all resolved behind the scenes, so it wouldn't spill over into the YouTube streets, and people will have to make a pick. And I ain't knocking Sutek and Chavis for, hey, I'm gonna ride with my brother. I have a personal and better relationship with Shawn. So whatever it is, it's gonna be. That's who I'm with. So I'm riding with him. And now they got caught up, you know what I'm saying, and some stuff that's is going on. Like I'm saying, while I've been off, I've been checking out a lot of stuff and seeing a lot of stuff going back. And it makes us look bad too, because we're a group that prides ourselves on good character. So now we pride ourselves on good character, but then we go off and now we cussing and fussing on Facebook, and we going at people back and forth. So now it's making me look bad, because when I go on, that's one reason why I didn't read the codes of conduct today, because people say they'll call me on my BS now. Bro, I just seen Shawn do X, Y, and Z, Chavis do X, Y, and Z, Sutek just said X, Y, and Z. I'm just speaking from our side. Then on the other side, you know what I'm saying, the aggressiveness and the so forth, that's suspected. You know what I'm saying? So, but we pride ourselves on the different things. But now we're getting in the things. Are they just getting in things that I say they should mind their business and let Shawn and Ankh worked those things out. The people that Ankh got involved in it, whether he told them, and I know he didn't tell them, hey man, I want y'all to ride with me. I know he didn't, but they gonna do it because that's his homeboy. So now you got people involved in something that ain't got nothing to do with them. You see what I'm saying? And it's between two grown men. And whenever they feel like they're going to work it out, they're going to work it out. Because I feel like, and now the people that's getting involved a year later, people that said bad things about Ankh and people that said bad things about Shawn and said bad things about me, which I ain't had no deal with. I don't think I don't know some of you who said some stuff about me. Don't think I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Or said bad things about the team. And then next year or in a few months, you see Ankh and Shawn together. They done work their stuff out. And now you looking bad. You done did all this cussing and fussing and going back and forth with each other, insulting each other over some BS and not minding your business and letting the two grown men work out whatever they got to work out. And I feel like if it was an issue, Shawn finna send this man a book. If he didn't like the man, Shawn finna send him his new book. If Shawn didn't like him, Shawn would have took him out his introduction book. He's still in the book. He's still in the book. You know what I'm saying? He still respect the dude. It's saying certain times when people, sometimes we expect more for people. And that's why I always get my feelings hurt. And I get disgusted at times and I don't be wanting to do this shit no more. Because people I put these high expectations in, sometimes people gonna let you down. That's just regardless. I don't care who it is. People are gonna let you down. You see what I'm saying? So you know, and like I said, I just hate that other people then got involved in this stuff. And I know that over time they gonna work it out. And there's some stuff that's been said I'm just confused about because I done had conversations with people. Like, I'm the type of person, I'm from the South. And a lot of people from the South, like if we got an issue with somebody, regardless of whatever it is, we go to them like men. I'm talking from men perspective. Like we go to them as men. So when we go to them as men, you know, and hey, look, and we can respect it. If I go to you and you tell me, I don't fuck with you. Excuse me for cussing. I don't fool with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you. And for whatever word, long as you don't put your hands on me, you know what I'm saying? And I feel in danger or my family feel in danger, you can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say. And I'm going to respect it. When you tell me you don't like me, just tell me. And I won't be around. You see what I'm saying? I won't be around. I won't be extending my love, extending my love. And I show my love the same way when we went through the thing with action. We talking about in African culture, love it's not an emotion and it's an action. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I went through the presentation first and show you these different correlations of the word. When we get to the word Meri, we get to Ib, we get to Ma'at, we get to all these different words that correlate with friendship, that correlate with words, which goes back to generosity, camaraderie, you know what I'm saying, charitable, you know, which also goes into good character because it talks about good character because it goes into kindness. Because when you kind to one another, we treat each other good because shit, the things that people ask me to do, a lot of shit I done did for free. I could have charged people. I done did for free. You know what I'm saying? Or shit that I just wanted to do because I wanted to do it out of kindness of my heart because I genuinely fool with people. I genuinely love with people. So I'm always coming up with different ways on how to help people. Don't make it about me and lying in my pocket about me helping other people. So I show that through my action. So people can't say I ain't got the love for certain people. Or I ain't got love for certain groups or love for my groups. I show it through my actions. I show it through my actions all the time, man. And I just think, man, that, you know what I'm saying? Other people, again, need to mind their damn business, man. They need to mind their business, man, and let them two guys work it out. And if they work it out, they work it out. I just believe that they just need to have a conversation. And regardless of, even if they don't be friends anymore, they can at least say, hey, man, look, we was friends. We can't be friends. The lines done been totally crossed. I don't trust you, or whatever the case may be. And both of them just got to respect it. You know what I'm saying? And just move, you know what I'm saying? Just move on, man. Just move on, man. Now, me picking a side, I ain't picking no side. Like, I'm not picking no sides. Even with some stuff that's been going on, like I'm confused with, I still ain't picking no side because I'm assuming stuff and I don't know. I hadn't talked to Ankh in a while. So, And that ain't like us. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't had a conversation, and I don't feel no certain type of way because I'm a type of person that regardless on Shawn and what's her name side, like I could say some shit that, people been for years been telling me, man, you need to leave Shawn. No, I'm not leaving Shawn alone. That's my man. That's my man. Do I agree with everything he do? No, he'll tell you I don't agree with everything that he do, but that's my man. Do I agree with everything Unc do? No, but that's my man. It goes beyond the Facebook. You see what I'm saying? Because when certain things happen in my life, well, my son 14, my son 2 years ago, he was 12. He had an accident, right? My son had an accident in December. The end of December, my son was in a car with his grandmother, 12 years old, and he watched his grandmother die in a car, and he was smashed. My son was messed up, got hit by a big truck, and his grandmother tried to shield him, and he watched his grandma, 12 years old, die in his own hands, right? Shawn made sure that everybody knew what was going on, man, and y'all need to reach out. Ankh picked up the phone. He didn't send no text. That man picked up the phone, man. He called. Whatever you need, bro. Call me every day that my son got out of the hospital. I can't not neglect that and say, man, fuck Ankh. You know what I'm saying? I ain't riding with Ankh no more. I don't like what he did. I don't like what Shawn done. Fuck Shawn. That's not me. The same thing, a lot of people don't know, my grandmother raised me. My grandmother just passed 2 or 3 months ago. My grandmother passed in January. And I'm real close with my grandmother, real close. Shawn know that. Ankh know that, right? You know what I'm saying? And they showed me love through their actions. And what I mean, they showed their love through their actions. When my grandmother died, Shawn picked up the phone fucking instantly when he found out. And he called me. Bro, I was fucked up. I didn't broadcast it. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't get on Facebook and say my grandmother died. I didn't post a picture. It was nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? And I was going through something. I'm still going through something, but I'm handling it. You know what I'm saying? I'm handling it. Unc did the same thing. He called me. And then this was almost around the time of the event. He wasn't even thinking about that event. If I didn't make the event, so what? Your grandmother died. Do what you got to do. But he called, and he was right there by my side. So when I look at those types of things, you know what I'm saying, I can't write a person off right away, no matter what I disagree with them on. You see what I'm saying? And the same way, them brothers had a personal relationship, and they had a lot of stuff going on between them two, and what they did, they had a personal relationship. And a lot of people that's getting involved, need to mind their own business and let these guys work it out. And stop going live and talking about certain things or even mention it or whatever the case, whatever the case may be. You see what I'm saying? And we just need to, on our side, whatever going on, if somebody say something, stop them in the tracks. Hey, we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that's negative. We don't want to talk about that. If you finna talk about Ankh and you finna talk about the people on his side doing this and that, no, that's why I'm telling y'all, don't put nothing else in my Facebook Messenger. Don't send me nothing else, because I feel like that shit is being messy. It's being messy. You see what I'm saying? And when people, and you don't know how people react when you send certain things to people. Like I said, I'm confused like with some stuff that's recently been sent to me, because I ain't been watching what's been going on, but I'm confused about some things. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I need to pick up the phone and call Ankh. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm saying we just need to mind our business, man. And Shawn and Ankh, you know what I'm saying, need to find a way where they can just have a conversation and then even get these people to, hey, look, we ain't gonna, when people say certain things when we go on the platform, just tell them, nah, brother, we ain't gonna do that. That's negative. We not gonna talk. We not gonna deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Our side, we need to do the same thing. Somebody mention Ankh or mention the pseudo killers or whoever the case may be on the side, because I'm not just saying the pseudo killers. I mean, it's it's a person who hit something, who said they riding, they ain't got nothing to do with the pseudo killers. But the brother said he riding with Ankh. He choosing a side. He ride, I don't even know the dude, but he picking a side. That's what I'm saying. They done got other people involved in some stuff, man, that they ain't got no business being involved with. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole reason why I was trying to resolve it from offline. They both can tell you shit. I call them all the time, man, talking about the situation. But now I done got to the point where I'm just not going, I'm not going to tell them what they need to do. They both know what they need to do. I'm just not going to be involved in what's going on. I'm just not going to be involved in what's going on. Shawn mentioned, shit, I'm going to get off the phone, or I'm going to get off the channel, or I'm going to get off if we go and we live on our messenger. You know what I'm saying? We call each other on the messenger. I'm going to get off. I talked to Ankh started talking about Shawn. I'm just going to get off. Or he started talking about somebody else within the group that really don't have nothing to do with it, but you can't be mad at them because you going to ride. And that's how we did. Me and my brother fought every day. It's me, Donnell, Nino, and Mario. I got 3 other brothers, right? And one of the brothers up under me, we couldn't live together, right? One of the houses that I rent, my great-great-grandmother left, right? So we lived in that house, but we couldn't live with each other. We was just alike. And we fought all the time, right? And we be out in the yard. The neighbors wouldn't call the police. They would call my grandmother. And my grandmother would come up there and straighten us, man, because we outside fighting, man. I'm talking about this was all the time. And the neighbors were like, they're not going to call the police because they don't want us to go to jail. They know my grandmother. But even in the midst of my brother giving me a bloody nose, if somebody said something out the way right then to my brother, I'm riding with my brother. So Unc can't get mad because Sutek and Sheffrin, not Sheffrin, but Sutek and Chavis is jumping in because that's their brother. They have a personal relationship with them, even though they should let them handle that. But then when you see from the other side, you got other people saying stuff. Okay, they want to jump in. They want to jump in too. And I'm just saying, man, let them handle that. Y'all let them handle that. Even talking to the pseudo killers, man, because I fooled with some of the pseudo killers. Like shit, Chef hit me up out the blue the other day. Like, regardless of some of the stuff that he be saying, shit, I fool with Chef. You know what I'm saying? I fool with him. And I'm saying, like, when your actions go, and that's why I wanted to go through the presentation. If y'all missed the presentation, go back and look at the presentation where I talk about love from an African perspective. It's not an emotional thing. It is an action. Brother called me out the blue. Well, he texted me, and then boom, then we got on the phone. I forgot how we got on the phone. Or did we get on the phone? No, it might have been just through text. I might have been just still through text. I don't know if we just, now it was through text, right? Because I was at work when he actually responded back. And the brother was just calling to see how I was doing, man. And dude, he feel, I feel like he a genuine friend to me. Everybody's experience with other people is not going to be the same. I understand that. And that's something that we all have to understand. My experience with Sheffrin may be different than the experience with him and another person. I just know my experience with the brother, my interaction with the brother have showed me through his actions. Again, he have showed his love through his action, his friendship, his kindness through his actions. You know what I'm saying? Call me out the blue. But there were some other things like, with all this shit I was getting in here, asking the brother, he didn't have to answer his phone. He didn't have to tell me this, that, and the third. He could have kept all of the info to himself, and I would have known what to get, how to get this, how to operate that, how to do this, how to do that. So I appreciate when people show their love or their friendship or their kindness through their actions. So I don't write people off early that I feel like I got a personal relationship with, and I'm not picking a side between now and one of them. I'm just gonna mind my business. If they both want to get on here and they both want to act a fool, that's gonna be on. I'm saying it's gonna be on them, but it ain't gonna be on them, because at the end of the day, Shawn is a part of multiple groups. Ankh is a part of multiple groups, and a lot of times stuff goes over people's head when when you are a part of something. You're not an individual. You are a part of something. So no matter what you do outside of the group, it's going to always reflect those groups, or it's going to reflect the people that you surround yourself around, right? So that's why I be trying to be with this peaceful vibe and trying to get people to like me, which that ain't working. A lot of people don't even like me. I don't understand why neither. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. It's cool. I don't give a damn about nobody liking me no more, because no matter how hard I try to help people and be kind to people, people still try to, that's my cookie dough. So, but you know, anyway, I'm gonna read these real quick, man. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go to the comments. If I can find, let me see. I'm gonna look in the chat too. I ain't even look. I said I wasn't gonna look in the chat because I ain't want to get upset. And I wanted to specifically, get my perspective on how I actually feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel disgusted at one time, but Rakim 777 said I will not choose a side. Appreciate that, Rakim 777. I don't know if you still on here, but he said I would not choose it. And people understand this stuff. I will not choose a side. Both of those brothers have knowledge to share with the people. Let those two individuals solve problems they have between each. Exactly. Appreciate that, Rakim 777, man. I appreciate that. Hey, either inbox me or email me at labarisnelson@yahoo.com or Kofi Piesie TV at gmail.com. Email me, brother, and I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? I got something for you, bro. Because that's good. He said in that same sentiment that I'm talking about, let them handle their own problems. This other brother, that one guy says, I say it ain't so. Why beefing? Hope they solve this problem, like always solving misinformation for the people. We hope so too. You know what I'm saying? Everything is everything. Since Ankh and Shawn been at it on YouTube, it's like shit to me. I just check in now and then. Big up to Bobby and Shawn. Now you got people, because of the beefing between each other, don't even want to. Same thing with me. Disgusted where don't even want to get on here and do anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't even want to do nothing because, you know what I'm saying? Because now they discouraged. The people that they looked up to is now beefing and acting all out of character and stuff, right? Ladosha, right? She says, I surely hope this is about getting more followers. Sister Ladosha, I don't care about getting more followers. I don't. So this wasn't about no followers or getting more followers or them putting on a publicity stunt for us to get followers and them to get followers. You probably been out of the loop. But the past couple of months, it's been a lot of stuff going on between those two, and now going on between them two and his side of the people that chose this side and the people that chose the side over here with Shawn. You see what I'm saying? People have chosen sides, right? And this is the reason why I try to resolve the issues behind the scenes on the phone. I tried to do this for 2 months straight. We came back from Atlanta in February in January. And the week after that is when a lot of this stuff started transpiring. So February, March, let's see, where we in? April. February and March, I ain't said nothing else about the situation the whole of April, right? February and March, I called, tried to get them on the phone, try to stop them from doing and saying stuff, but like I said, they grown. I tried to do that before the issues got bad, right? EJG, AK Shango, says squash the beef, right? This Knowledge Born says this shall pass, but I ride with Bobby on this. Shawn was wrong in provoking Bobby, but he still fam. One love. So Knowledge Born is riding with, I don't even know who Knowledge Born is, but he's riding with Shawn. I mean, he's riding with Ankh. He's had picked a side. He's riding with Shawn. And he says that Shawn was wrong. I'm saying both of them was wrong. Like both of them was definitely wrong, because Bobby, not Bobby, but Knowledge Born don't know the full situation. I'm just now knowing the full situation, and I tried to handle it off the scene, and I just found out the full situation about a week ago, why my brother feeling a certain type of way when I thought that's why he was feeling a certain type of way, but there was some other shit that was going on that I didn't even have no clue about, right? You know what I'm saying? So, both of them was wrong. Like I don't know, I just, both of them was wrong, but I know Ankh created Shawn. I know that much. Ankh created Shawn. Ankh is Ankh is Shawn's creation. And now Shawn is a resemblance of Ankh, and he's doing the same thing Ankh has been doing for years. The same thing Ankh been doing for years. And that is talking about scientific literacy. That is talking about correct methodology, following the steps, and banging on misinformation, right? Now, someone came to me in my inbox and was talking about Shawn the other day. And like I told them, like, I have no problem with what Shawn do far as banging on information the same way with Ankh. Ankh been doing it for years. Ankh created Shawn. Ankh is Shawn creation. So he is doing what Ankh has actually taught him. We all are, whether we doing it directly or indirectly, right? But a lot of it he taught directly because we have a personal relationship with him, right? You know what I'm saying? We in groups with him, right? You know what I'm saying? We chop it up on the phone. We exchange information. You know what I'm saying? We piggyback, veggie back, or whatever you want to call piggyback, veggie back off of each other, right? So now Shawn is the 22nd, the 2020, 22, 21, 22 Ankh West on steroids. And like I told the brother that was in my inbox, I ain't got no problem with him critiquing your information. I may have a problem with how he says things, or at times, but I am up to scrutiny and critique as well. If you put your information out there, it is up for scrutiny. It is up for critique if you put your information in a public thing. That's why I tell people I don't have an issue with nothing that I do. If it's wrong or I made a mistake on something else, boom, I done been on here live and I made a mistake and this was a couple of years ago, I think I was on this Amin-Ra Squad channel. And I was saying something about reincarnation, right? And I wasn't clear how the Zulu or the Amazulu in South Africa looked at reincarnation. I could tell you all day from a West African standpoint about reincarnation in West Africa, but South Africa, I didn't know a whole lot. So when I spoke about it, I spoke out and I spoke out too quick. And when Asar said what he said, I said, you right. I was wrong. And I said it right there on TV because I don't care nothing. So I don't care nothing about, you know what I'm saying, being the smartest guy. And that's the thing I think we get hung up on and we'll never learn anything. If you scared to be critiqued and get your information scrutinized and people to come to you and say, hey, brother, look, if they do it respectfully, that's the only way that we gonna learn. But if you got these big egos and think that you this top data and what you say is law and you make no mistakes, I don't care. Y'all need to get away from them. If you are around anybody or a part of any group and a member or all the members believe that what they say is law, they are smarter than anybody else, they make no mistakes, they are dangerous, and get away from them. Run far away from them as possible. That's why when I tell people I read books, I don't believe everything in a book is 100% right and exact. And then when I read certain things, I stand, and when I read certain things, when we talk about leave it to the professionals, and I see where they may be in error in, and however it is, when I put that research lens on there, and I go through my tools, when I'm using the steps by step for research methodology, and I come across and say, and I look at this and I put this in consideration, that and that when I'm using the tools. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, man, I I ain't got no problem with the man. I ain't got no problem with Unc critiquing nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I told Unc this too. You can't be aggressive. You turn people off and people miss the lesson. Like Shawn is smart as hell to me, right? But I believe he will have more people that connect to him for as learning. They don't have to like him, but I'm saying far as learning, if he learned how to execute it without being aggressive. But again, he is Unc creation. I get so Unc about the same thing about him overly being aggressive and how he's saying certain things to people and how people take it. And I'm the same way. If you hollering at me and you trying to belittle me and you trying to son me, I ain't finna hear nothing you gotta say. And I could learn from what you got. But that's a turnoff. So now I'm not even listening to what you're saying. And now I'm missing the lesson because of the approach of the approach. You being overly aggressive, or you're belittling me, or you insulting my intelligence. So a lot of people not gonna take kind of that. And I think people would get the lesson if they would do it where they would be totally aggressive. You don't have to have people to like you. Like, look at me. I feel like people listen to me. I'm a nice guy, but I still have people talking about me, and I done a lot for a lot of people in this community. You know what I'm saying? But they still talk down to me. But I'm saying it, but they do listen. You know what I'm saying? They do listen because I try to be respectful to other people, and a lot of that goes over people's head. Like, we want respect, but we don't want to respect nobody else. We want people to listen to us, but we don't want to listen to nobody else. How can you do that? Like, even I have an issue with the things that on both sides. One side will say certain things, and then the other side will come back and say certain things, and one side looks a certain way, one side looks another side. The opposing side won't even come back and look at the information and hear what this side got to say. But the other side is going on and listening to what the other side has got to say, but it's not reciprocated back. So now the same stuff is being regurgitated because they didn't go back and see exactly what the other side was saying. You know what I'm saying? You present a opposing perspective, right? And you give the opposing perspective on this, that, and the third. Then the other has an issue with it, but then comes back over here, and then it looks different from the other platform, and it does it in a presentable way. No one's going to come back on the other side and look and see what's going on. So when the opposing side get back over here, they still regurgitating and painting a picture like certain people, like this whole shit about the Dogon. I'm tired of this Dogon shit. I don't know if they've been still talking about it or not, because I ain't been on YouTube. But the Dogon, Dr. Fukiao, I like Dr. Fukiao. I reference Dr. Fukiao, right? Dr. Fukiao, the alien stuff that nobody's agreeing with, but people are saying that, like, on our side, we agreeing with the aliens and the other stuff, man. This stuff, like, is just crazy to me. But again, man, let me get off here because I'm just ranting, man. But again, man, y'all mind y'all business, man. Let them brothers work out their own issues, man. Y'all stop picking a side. Just choose no side. Choose no side and let them work it out, because I guarantee you, the people that saying they choosing the side with Bobby or Ankh, or people choosing the side with Shawn, you see what I'm saying? And people are going back and forth and talking behind people back about, like I said, I ain't been hearing, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got nothing to do with it. The other brothers ain't got nothing to do with it, right? Well, they probably have now because they have involved themselves in it. But mind y'all business, man, and let them brothers work out their own issues between the other ones. And like with the situation, like with this been going on, like I said, I've just been discussing where I just don't really want to do nothing. The two brothers that I'm saying, my brothers that I look up to, that I have a personal relationship with, I mean, it's affected me. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that the more people say certain things or bring up Shawn's name, like somebody brought up Shawn's name, and then Unc wanted to remove himself from off the panel, and then I think something happened where Shawn, they mentioned Shawn's name again, and then he said something about them niggas or some stuff like that. I don't know who doing them niggas is. I don't know if he was talking. That's why I'm saying I'm confused. And then we don't even have conversations no more because I don't know if he feel like, I don't know what's going on, man. It's just crazy to me. I just think we just need to mind our business, man, and let people do what they, let them work it out the way they want to work it out. And when messy people bring up these Ankh name, y'all just dead it right there. And on the other side, when people bring up Shawn's name, y'all just dead it on the other side. Because a year from now, 6 months from now, they could probably be cordial. They'll probably be talking. And the same people that have been talking SHIT about me and talking SHIT about Kofi and Kofi Piesie research team and the Masi warrior clan, you know what I'm saying? The same people that's been talking about and talking about the pseudo killers, cause y'all them choose the side, y'all gonna be looking crazy in a little bit. Y'all gonna be looking crazy. They back cordial, they back friends, they back cool, they back building, they back teaching, they back doing the things that they supposed to do. And y'all done got involved in some stuff that y'all don't have a clue about why they even beefing or how it even came to this point. I just found out how it came to this point. And I've been on the phone with them for 2 months. I'm telling you, damn near every day. Shawn can tell you. Ankh can tell you. I was on the phone with them damn near every day. I'm on the phone with Ankh. I'm on the phone with Shawn. I'm on the phone with Ankh. I'm on the phone with Shawn every day trying to dead the issue before it got out here and people start doing shows and people start picking sides. Even though Shawn ain't telling nobody to pick sides. And Ankh ain't telling nobody to pick sides, I don't guess, even though something I'm scratching my head about, I don't believe his brother. Brother said something about Ankh's. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. So I'm like, some stuff I'm just like, I'm confused on now. Cause I guess because I hadn't talked to Ankh in about a month and a half. And maybe don't want to talk to me now because I'm still cool with Shawn. Shawn a grown man. I am not involved in none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all grown men. I tried to be involved and tried to be the person of reason and tried to get both of y'all to have a conversation. So I'm out of it. I don't, so I'm just not gonna look at it. If Shawn say something or have something, I'm not gonna look at it. If Ankh got something, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna entertain it. I'm not gonna waste my brain cells. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm just not gonna look at it. I'm just not gonna entertain it. And we should be everybody else should be the same. Oh shit. Oh, if they finna do this, we not gonna entertain it. But I know y'all gonna entertain it. They love the confusion. They love the confusion. But watch what I tell you. In the next 6 months or less, they gonna be back doing what they've been doing. And the same people that's been talking bad about me, talking bad about Kofi Piesie research team, Masi warrior clan, gonna be looking crazy. The same people that been talking bad about because they choose on Shawn's side, gonna be looking crazy. And the people that's been talking about the pseudo killers gonna be looking crazy too, because they gonna be back cool again. They're gonna be back to business and doing what, that's my expectation out here, because I don't think it's that deep. Like I said, if it was that deep, Shawn would have took him off the new book. Shawn wouldn't be trying to send a man no new book. You know what I'm saying? Shawn wouldn't have been trying to cease fire. You see what I'm saying? Be still going in, even though, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone, man. Let me look in here. Damn, hold on. Let me look what y'all been talking about. Hey, look what y'all. Let me do it on this end. No, I'm gonna do it right here. Let me see. Dead that shit. What up, Julanda? What up with you? Talk to him, fam. Juju. Don't think that doesn't reciprocate. What's the difference between the Zulu reincarnation and the African reincarnation? I mean, it's both African, man, but it's different. Like reincarnation, when you look at it from a West African perspective, we believe in reincarnating into a human being, right? You come back till you get it right, no matter what mythology, African mythology you look at. Mostly, I'm saying mostly, but when you get to the Amazulu, like in certain other cultures outside of Africa, you can be reincarnated into a toad, a flower. So in somewhat of that aspect, the Amazulu reincarnation is similar to that, and not just being reincarnated as reincarnated into a human being until you actually get it right. If you study a lot of the mythology, those folk tales, those folklores, you'll kind of understand what I'm saying when we talking about reincarnating back until you actually, as a human being, until you actually get it right. I talked about it a couple of times with the Yoruba people, and the quite a few other people. He cried again in Kofi. They on your head, JJ. Oh man. But I'm just looking, man. Just looking, no Kofi. It ain't like that. We've been removed past it. We doing book review. Okay, Sutex said they done moved past it. FYI, that has been the rule for the past three weeks. Okay. Just looking. We need the counter. We need the counters on the screen counting every time Kofi cuss. Yeah, I ain't did it that much today, man. I ain't did it that much. My bad, Kofi, for cussing niggas out. Yeah, man, it's looking bad. It was looking bad. Chef, Chav. It was looking bad, man. Like we pride ourselves on a different way. Then y'all got me reading this new independent African Academy codes and conducts and mandates. And then, after the show, we exhibiting some stuff that we said we was gonna do. He said my name, pay attention. What happened, Chef? How Shawn messing his living livelihood up from funny comments. I respect both brothers. So shut my damn mouth. Not the care. Okay. Dang, I'm saying I know when I hear my name. I feel you, Kofi. Shawn, I'm gonna check your presentation. Then call after the review. I'm just reading, man, just seeing what was going on. Chef, what you saying? You right, Sutek. I had this name for 40 years and still don't know it when I hear it. So I don't know what's going on there. I guess Sheffrin and Sutek having I thought it was in the Dogon conversation. I guess they having a conversation. I never knew it was in their personal beef. I will lose when the family feuds. Yeah, everybody losing, brother. Like everybody losing. Like they just don't know. Like I'm saying, the influence that they both have. Like, and it can discourage people. Like it discouraged me. Like it discouraged me from wanting to do anything. It discouraged me from even wanting to be around anybody, man. Like for real, man. If it ain't my immediate family, man, I just, but family, they fights at times, you know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of it is very discouraging, man, and it's created like a split between people, and people will come in and saying stuff about stuff that they don't even have. I mean, they don't even have a clue about the record. I kept coming those close to me. Shawn did not reach. I'm just too many Sutek. We need some arguing for 5 hours of love. I don't know. Peace, fam. All right, Kofi, they gonna say you pulling a Shawn and reading them to sleep. Well, I don't really care about about the reading part. That's what we do. We about reading, putting presentations together, showing what it looks like, giving sources. Even though I didn't use a lot of sources in the information I use what is I use this book right here. Where is the love? What language can reorientate us back to love, purpose. I thought he had was a lot of Jews in this book that I can actually talk about. And then, and because people say that Shawn wasn't Ankh friend and Ankh wasn't Shawn friend. So I wanted to give it from an African perspective and show you how love is shown. Love is not an action. Love is not an emotion, it's an action. So I wanted to go through those different words that are the same when you talk about love, and it resembles friendship and camaraderie. And through friendship and love, this is the action. You know what I'm saying? We talk about giving. Giving equals beauty. You know what I'm saying? You're acting beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And not ugly towards one another. Being kind. When you love somebody, you're being kind to them. You know what I'm saying? You're being genuine with them. You know what I'm saying? You're being charitable to them. You're being respectful to them. So at one point, these brothers was demonstrating love, which resembles friendship, which resembles the action of love and friendship, which is giving, which is being, which is giving. And they didn't gave to each other. They didn't been charitable to each other. They didn't been genuine to each other. They done been respectful to each other, and all these things were shown in the action. If you say I'm lying, then prove me you lying, because I can show you very videos where Ankh is holding up Shawn's book and championing Shawn's book. I can show you various where they on both of the shows and they being respectful to each other, and then they bringing scientific literacy to the people. You know what I'm saying? They informing people. Shit, they done show you what shit they done took classes together during the pandemic. They agreed to take classes in the pandemic, you know, bought books so they can share information with each other. You know what I'm saying? Ankh extended his hands at one point to be a member of the Amon-Ra squad, Amon-Ra squad affiliate, be affiliated with the pseudo killers. He's showing his kindness towards Shawn. Shawn the same way, riding for Ankh. You know what I'm saying? Shawn did a show last year on Ankh's birthday and showed everything highlighting the stuff that Ankh has actually did in his whole career and what he has done for him, and not only done for him, what he done for the community. A whole show, you know what I'm saying, bigging up and respecting Ankh. So if you lying, show me where I'm lying, that these brothers have shown love, you know what I'm saying, in friendship through their actions over and over and over again. That's why I say I just know, you know, in the next few months, you know, it's gonna be water up under the bridge. But Ankh, you gotta, when somebody mentions Shawn name, bro, you just gotta say, you just gotta dead net. Don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? Don't say I ain't mentioning them niggas, whoever them niggas, because when you say you mention, I ain't mentioning them niggas, you make me thinking about me. You make me, and I know we better than that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with you. So if you got a problem with somebody, just say their name or whatever you got a problem with, but don't even mention nobody's name. If they say something, man, just tell them, man, we not even on that. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody sent me two things, and this show wasn't even on that, but his name was brought up on two separate shows, and he said something. Just leave it alone. Same thing on our end. Somebody say something about Uncle Chavis doing a show. Tell them, man, kill the noise. We ain't on it. Y'all being messy. Sutek, you do a show, somebody say, man, we not even with that. Shawn the same way. Somebody's trying to invoke you to say something about because they have chosen to be on your side, so now they want to hear you say something bad about you. Tell them to dead it. You know what I'm saying? You tell them to dead it. And if you genuinely fool with me, then you won't mention his name in a negative light. In the same way, vice versa, you shouldn't mention his name in a negative light. And that's something that we need to do in general. Let's say, I'm hoping, let's just say, all of us, most of us have personal relationships with each other. I keep saying I'm finna go. Personal relationships with each other, right? Most of us, like, let's say on the pseudo killer side, I have a personal relationship with Sheffrin, Concrete Corey, I Am Sosa, Ankh, CK. That's it. The rest, a lot of them, I know them, but I don't have no personal relationship. We hadn't built over the phone. We hadn't met each other. We hadn't bounced off ideals. We hadn't did nothing together. We hadn't supported each other on anything that we might have had got going on, or whatever the case may be, right? So and I got a personal relationship with Sheffrin, I got a personal relationship with Shawn. If Shawn said something negative about, I'm not saying he's saying, I'm not going to entertain it, because I have a personal relationship with both of them. So I'm not going to let Shawn say something negative about Sheffrin, and I'm not going to let Sheffrin say anything negative about Shawn, right? Sometimes over the times I have heard them out, you don't want disrespectful what each other may have been doing. I'm not saying them two had a conversation with them, but I'm just saying. So I'm just saying that if we calling ourselves friends, right? And just because I'm friends with somebody that you don't like, and the friend that you with start talking bad about somebody that you don't have a personal relationship, but you do have a personal relationship with them, man, just dead it. That's your friend. Just dead it, man. Just say, hey, man, look, both of y'all my friends, bro. I don't even want to indulge in this conversation. We not finna talk about it. We not gonna get on TV, on live and talk about it. We not gonna talk about it outside. We not gonna talk about it over the phone. We not gonna talk about it on other people's platform. And we come on other people's platforms. If they want to indulge in those types of conversation where they trying to put two black men against each other and want you to say something bad about another black man, then you need to tell them, hey, I ain't come on for that. I come on specifically for this. If you want to choose to talk about that, I'm gonna leave, because you can't make nobody, you can't stop nobody for talking about whatever they want to talk about on their own platforms, right? But again, you know what I'm saying? Mind y'all business. Mind y'all business and let these two grown men work out whatever issues that they got going on between them two, man. And shoot, I'm out, man. Shit, I wanted to try to continue to try to look at some of these comments. Let's see. I have a moment like everybody, but I love you. Peace, Juju. Called you Roger that. I know, love you too, fan. All right, man. Well, I'm out here. I appreciate the people who popped in, who popped out, and it's crazy, man. Too, like, we got to get back to the teaching, man. Like, we got to get back to the. It's like the teaching. It ain't lit no more. It ain't cool no more. Like, once you go into teaching, motherfucking numbers just start dropping. Like, and if I was on here cussing and talking bad about Ankh and talking bad about Shawn and talking bad about the other side or talking bad about whoever said something about me in the group and whatever the case was, you know what I'm saying, and going in and pulling up stuff and trying to assassinate people's character, and you know what I'm saying, little son people, boy, it would have been chaos up in here, man. But I'm about peace, you know what I'm saying? I'm about love. I know a lot of people is not about peace and love. You know, it's about something else. It's about monetary gain, which money is good. You know what I'm saying? I like money. I don't, you know what I'm saying, do pretty good on my job. I do pretty good with the two businesses the three businesses that I got. I deal in real estate a little bit. It's not a whole lot, but it's some old homes that I own. You know what I'm saying? The apparel company, you know what I'm saying? The publishing company. And do all right. I do all right at times, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't compromise myself to try to make no money. So I don't put people's names all in the thing. And you know what I'm saying? I don't do clickbait. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the talking shit about each other. You know what I'm saying? I mind my business. You know what I'm saying? When I see certain things, I don't have a say in certain things that go on. I just mind my business. But I seem like some platforms they want to mind everybody else's business, so they have a say in whatever goes on, and other, and what goes on. Just mind your business, man. Just mind your business. Sometimes, man, it's good, man, when you mind your own business, man. So, you know, mind your own business, man, and let these grown men, man, work it out, however they gonna work it out. And if they choose not to work it out, still, you know what I'm saying? Don't entertain the foolishness. Don't entertain the foolishness. So hopefully my brothers on my side, and I'm not gonna say not my side because I don't have a side. I got choose no side. So I'm hopefully the brothers that I associate myself with, that I say my brothers and my friends, they don't entertain the shit no more. And they stop Shawn in his tracks if he feel like he want to say something. And my brothers, because I do have some brothers that actually took Unc side. I feel like my brothers, and I'm telling y'all, you know what I'm saying, if Unc say anything about Shawn, you know what I'm saying, dead him in his tracks, man. Tell him, bro, you ain't dismissed. Let's do what we initially set out to do. You know what I'm saying? And whatever y'all initially set out to do, whatever y'all purpose, y'all goals, and y'all end games is, y'all do that, man. Y'all do that, man. But I'm not gonna speak bad about now one of them brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because they are my brothers. I just don't like I don't like what they've been doing on each side, you know what I'm saying? What each other been saying about each other and how everybody else done actually got involved in the beef and siding and saying stuff about people that has nothing to do with what people do with them. And some of the people who said something about me. So when you see me and I give you a certain type of energy, you'll know why. I heard what you said. I ain't got nothing to do with it, but I heard what you said. I heard what you said. But it's all good. It's all good, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with this music. I'm finna do some other stuff. Like I said, I don't know when I'll be back again, but I wanted to try to address this a little bit and try to do it respectful and address it, but in the same time addressing it, make it a teaching moment. So for people who missed the beginning of the show or the top of the show where I did a presentation about love and friendship and love, you know, and explaining to y'all that love is not an emotion, love is an action. And these two brothers were friends. These two brothers did love each other. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to dead the noise with that. So I wanted to try to make it a teaching moment. So hopefully somebody who watched the entire show or just watched the presentation part, you know, got something out of it, learned something out of it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the objective of learning something, you know what I'm saying? And then me coming on, that was a whole bunch of other stuff I planned on saying, planned on doing, but I said I wasn't going to even do that. I think that probably would have been, I think it probably would have been in bad taste to do, but that might be something I do, man. No, mind your business t-shirts, man. So be looking out for the buy your business t-shirt, man. But I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna leave y'all, man, with a track, man, that I created. I'm trying to get more back into the music. I'm trying to venture off and do music too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do music too. I'm trying to make that a business. Where I have at least 4 or 5 different streams of income coming in, where I just ain't resorting on my full-time job, which I work 4 days a week, and my 2 small companies where I work every day. I work 7 days a week with you know, with them, and hopefully I can get this music off the ground and get my foundation off the ground with the youth dealing with music. But I may come back and explain that a little bit later, man. But sometime in the near future. But man, I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with this track. I don't know what the name of it is, but I'm out.